Well, you could soon be seeing more police officers out on the streets in Albuquerque. Albuquerque Mayor Richard Berry has announced a plan to increase the force, and it's a move that the police union says is definitely needed.
There's a huge manpower problem in the city of Albuquerque. There's not enough officers on the streets, not enough boots on the ground.
Well, 95% of officers recently surveyed by the union say that the city needs to work on increasing the police force. And in yesterday's State of the City address, Mayor R.J. Berry said that would soon become a reality.
In the coming weeks, we will be reinstituting our signing and our referral bonuses for our police academy.
Now, the mayor says the program is a way to also get a jump on a possible exodus of officers retiring to avoid changes to their state pension plans. As for why more people aren't lining up to become police officers, the union says it has a lot to do with the scrutiny and microscope officers are under nowadays, saying a lot of people just don't want that extra pressure. Another reason is in the wake of all the police shootings. The chief announced the department would be raising its standards on cadets, looking for better recruits. Now, Mayor Berry says he thinks his management of the Albuquerque Police Department is just fine, despite the recent union survey showing low morale.
My job as a mayor to serve over 600,000 constituents in the city of Albuquerque. It's neither my goal or my job to win a popularity contest with the union.
In fact, he adds that the crime has dropped in Albuquerque over the last 3 years and is actually at a 20-year low. The vice president of the police union, however, tells us that the union did not brief the mayor about the survey before releasing it to the public because their chain of commands, he says, goes through the police chief, Ray Schultz. Now, the one thing that the police union and the mayor do agree on is that the police department is way understaffed. Matt.
We could find out today when a former Albuquerque police officer who blew a federal investigation by tipping off his friend will go to prison. Yesterday, a federal court upheld Brad Aaronsfield's conviction for telling a friend that federal agents were investigating his car dealership thinking drugs were being sold there. Aaronsfield was convicted of obstructing justice back in 2010 and was sentenced to 6 months behind bars, but he appealed that ruling and has been out on bond since then. A former state special investigations division agent is suing the city of Albuquerque and 3 of the city's police officers now. This federal lawsuit says that Ruben James Sanchez was working undercover downtown back in 2009 looking for people breaking liquor laws. When he tried to break up a fight outside Maloney's bar here, he says even though he told the 3 officers he was a cop and showed them his badge, the officers threw him to the ground and tased him.
It's my understanding that one of the officers took great jest in this event and said something to the effect of it was nice to put an SID officer on his ass.
Well, the city says it can't find any proof this ever happened and will fight the lawsuit. Sanchez says he was seriously hurt and wants 6 figures in damages.
State police continue to follow leads this morning in the case of a body found in the Bosque Monday night. It was discovered along with a burning car in a remote area between Belen and Socorro. Investigators say they know who the victim is, but they are not releasing his name yet. We have new details regarding the 2 shootings in southeast Albuquerque that left 1 man dead. Police are now saying the man who was killed had just tried to rob a home. Cops say he, along with 2 others, barged into a home at the Bear Creek Apartments near Gibson and San Mateo early Monday morning. Now, police say the suspects seen here, Dorely Urban, Adam Ortiz, and Jose Nunez Flores, forced their way inside. Someone opened fire, and the 3 of them took off. Now, the suspect, Jose Nunez, was shot and killed. And a block away, cops found another man with a gunshot wound. Turns out that man was one of the intended robbery victims who lived in the apartment. He survived. Cops ended up finding and arresting the 2 surviving suspects. They say it is not clear who fired the shots. Human remains have been found at Brantley Lake, just north of Carlsbad, in an area known as Champion Bay. State police say hikers discovered the body on Monday. The remains have been sent to OMI to try and determine the cause of death and the identity.
Well, tomorrow's your chance to help everyone still suffering from Superstorm Sandy. Head on over to this Chick-fil-A, the one here on Paseo del Norte near I-25. 15% of everything you spend there will go to folks on the East Coast. Plus, you can donate toiletries, clothes, jackets, blankets, pillows, and more. You know, it's a great way to help some people who really need it. And get this, it was all started by a young man, Alonzo Soto, who's a Boy Scout here in Albuquerque.
I want to see people's lives being put back together. I want to see them, happy again and get going with their lives instead of being hurt with all the devastation.
He has a great idea. Alonzo and the other Boy Scouts will be at the Chick-fil-A from noon until 7 tomorrow. Go on, head over there and help them out. All right, 40 P&M workers from here in New Mexico who've been helping out on the East Coast should be home today. This is what it looked like when they took off a few weeks ago and headed to New Jersey, one of the hardest hit areas. They helped tens of thousands of people get their power back on by fixing power poles, lines, transformers, and a whole lot more. Well, a number of firefighters here in New Mexico are recovering after getting badly hurt in a crash this week as they were headed home from helping with Superstorm Sandy. They'd all flown back to Albuquerque and were driving about 5 miles south of Taos when their van flipped over and rolled. 2 of the firefighters were seriously hurt and rushed to the hospital. Investigators are still trying to figure out what caused that crash.
Today, Del Norte High School will hold a special celebration for its new state-of-the-art science labs and computer labs. Now, the old ones had been around since 1964. The next phase of renovations will include the demolition of old buildings and the removal of portals. And there is now a new place for you to shop for home furnishings right here in Albuquerque. The ribbon-cutting ceremony for Conn's Home Plus will happen later today. The Texas-based chain specializes in furniture, appliances, and electronics, and this is their first store here in New Mexico. They actually hope to maybe set one more store up next year sometime.
Okay, that'll be good. And they probably hired some people to go ahead and work at that store
good
too,
stuff.
which we like.